career, for one thing, I had to define it by was resiliency.
Mm-hmm.
Meeting, as we were spoken about earlier, adversity, learning how to, first of all, as a foreigner living in a foreign country, may or may not know, luckily for me, I had a foundation in Spanish. So going from Spanish to Italian was pretty simple. You know, going from France to Israel was a different story. But
Mm-hmm.
I had a good foundation of languages, you know, understood a lot more maybe than I could speak, but at least I can communicate with my coaches, teammates, and have sort of a full relationship with the team as opposed to being just the American who spoke only English and want to know where the ketchup is.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
so from going from place to place, from team to team, as a foreigner, and I'm sure a lot of other American players can understand, you're a hired gun. You have to come in, you have to read the faces, the attitudes, the tendencies, not only of the coach, but the players you're playing with. You know, I played on teams where there were national team players who thought they were the stars, and I had to massage it. And, you know, other places where everybody was under 21, and I felt like a
Mm-hmm.
kindergarten teacher. So being in those situations obviously helped me in one, learning how to communicate, how to deal with people, people of different cultures, people of different attitudes and ideas, but also um, utilizing the work ethic that I received from playing in high school, playing in college. And it's funny that a lot of the lessons that you learn about hard work and resilience and you know, keep trying, and when you fall down, get up and keep forging ahead, things will get better. All of those lessons learned came into play, of course, over the course of my career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I played in college, we used to have like it wasn't an exception basically to have like a 7 hour practice. One time we had a 9 hour practice. You know, we were in the gym all day because we couldn't make a certain time on a drill. But
Hmm.
obviously, the longer the drill went on, the worse the
Worse it
time
got.
got. Like, we were never going to make it. And but
Yeah, some of the things that happen in college, you know, when you look now and you read, you know, the coach from Wichita State, he resigned because of, you know, apparently the way, allegedly what he did with some of his players. For me, that was normal.
yeah.
You know, it taught you how to deal with adversity. It taught you how to deal with excuse my language, assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because as a collegiate basketball player, and even in some cases as a professional, you're kind of over a barrel. Things are not going well. Do I stop and leave and don't get my money, and maybe now my reputation is messed up, or do I stay and fight through the nonsense and play well so that I
Mm-hmm.
can play another year?
Yeah.
So it's not always an easy decision, and it's even harder when you have a family,
Mm-hmm.
trying to juggle being a father and a husband, and then being a professional athlete, where, as we all know, all the conditions are not suitable all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, there are so many things, especially as an athlete, that you don't have control over. So it could be
Right.
like if you're actually in a game, then the decision that a referee makes, you know, like maybe it comes out of nowhere, maybe in your eyes it's the wrong decision. But then even
Yeah.
stuff like fans talking about how maybe you aren't playing the way that you're supposed to play, but every week you play in front of the same 10,000 people who may or may not be saying bad things about you. So,
Yeah, and you know, if you're in a situation where you're the main player and counted on to do a lot of things, in particular scoring, um, the educated fan will know, well, they're not exactly going to try to make it easy for Wendell.
yeah,
So maybe that's why he's having a hard time.
yeah,
You know, the uneducated fan, well, oh, he scored 30 points last week. Why he can't score 30 points this week?
yeah,
Um, and then sometimes you're in a situation, and every situation is different. Sometimes you're you find you have to coach yourself.